we're gonna get ready to purify our water with some bleach, you guys. So make sure you like and share this, because I'm gonna give you the formula so that you can screenshot it. But however, after you've sanitized your container, cleaned it out, made sure there's no contaminants in it, that's the whole process of this, is making sure that this container is clean before you store your water inside. I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of bleach to it. This is the formula that I go by. It's 8 drops to 1 gallon, a half a teaspoon to 5 gallons. This container is 6 gallons, so I'm going to do a half a teaspoon of bleach plus 8 drops. It's really not that scary. I got about a half a teaspoon here. I'm just going to pour it in and just let it sit there for the next 6 months. So it's not scary. It's just understanding what is in your water, making sure that you do your own research to what's inside your water. My city water is highly chlorinated, so this is just gonna be a tester kind of thing, but it's there for an emergency also. So it's not gonna hurt anything. It's gonna dilute over time, but as always, stay aware, stay prepared, and always have your head on a swivel. Let's store some water today, you guys, and I'm gonna show you how. I'm gonna show you how to purify it, and we're gonna first clean these bad boys out, okay? To clean these containers out, I'm gonna put a splash of bleach in, and I'm gonna fill up water to about here in there, and we're gonna shake it around. Just a splash, that's all you need. We're gonna add a little bit of water so we can shake it around. We're gonna put the top back on it, you guys. When you're doing it, you're gonna just get the water everywhere inside, because you are sanitizing your water containers, you guys. And then we're gonna let it sit for about 5 minutes and rinse it. I'm rinsing it, and then these are gonna be clean. Take a screenshot of this. This is what I'm going to be using. So I'm gonna be doing 5 gallons, which is a half a teaspoon of bleach, plus 8 drops, because my container right there is 6 gallons. Right now I'm filling my first container, which I am not gonna add any bleach to it because I am on city water. It is highly chlorinated, so I'm gonna let that sit for 6 months and we'll check on it again. This other container behind, I'm going to add that formula to it, and we're gonna check it, and I'll show you in 6 months that there is no difference. All right, guys, you're here for part 3, and we're gonna talk about adding bleach to water to make it safe for drinking. Here comes the hate comments any second now, so just make sure you like, share, and comment in on this video, because we're gonna do this, all right, you guys? Personally, for myself, my area on city water, it is highly chlorinated water. I do not have to do this to my water. However, you need to do research for your own area, because when you are storing water, you need to know that it is actually clean. So I'm gonna break down the ratios to you guys of adding bleach into your water. For bleach, that is 5.25% to 6% bleach, you're going to add 8 drops per gallon of water, or a half a teaspoon for 5 gallons of water, technically. I would do a half a teaspoon plus 8 drops for this 6 gallon container. Now, if your water is cloudy, if it is questionable water, you're going to want to double that. So 1 gallon of water would be 16 drops of bleach. And instead of a half a teaspoon, it would be a whole teaspoon for 5 gallons. There is also different types of additives, like I have this portable aqua. The portable aqua would be 1 teaspoon of part A and 1 teaspoon of part B for 5 gallons. On the back, there's instructions. I'll show them up there for you, but they'll be reversed. It will explain to you what to do. You also can search it on the CDC site. You can search it underneath your local water work sites, all of that. They talk about how to purify your water with bleach. So I hope that helps, and we'll get ready for part 4 on different types of purifying methods. Does water expire? No, water does not expire, but water can expire due to contaminants. But before we get into contaminants, we need to talk about how much water you need to have on hand. So the rule of thumb is 1 gallon per person per day for 2 weeks. So 14 gallons per person in your family. So I'm a family of 5. I'm gonna need 14 gallons for 5 people. That is only a 2-week supply. However, let's get into the contaminants, because I see all over my page that you can just fill up a bathtub. Yes, you can fill up a bathtub. However, how often do people actually wash their bath, like really clean their bathtub? I would not use that as drinking water. Hence why I am talking about drinking water containers. You can use, there is bath kits that will store up to 100 gallons of water, but I would use that as secondary water. But when we're talking about contaminants, a contaminant is algae, not having your water clean, not using a purifying system for your water, but we will get into that into a different video. But just so that we know, water does not expire. How I rotate my water out is I check it every 6 months for contaminants, and then I change it out every year. Some people will go past, that is their preference and their choice, and so you can make water last for years. However, my choice personally for my family is I rotate my water out every single year. Let's talk about water storage and the proper ways to store our water, but first we have to understand containers. I've noticed on my last video that there was a lot of questions. So when you see a blue container like this, do you guys understand what the blue does? So the blue is actually blocking out the light, then helps reduce the growth of algae. Unlike this bottle of water right here, which is 1 gallon of water, it does not block out the light. That's one reason why I store them underneath cabinets or in dark closets or in spaces that do not have a lot of light. Then we have to understand, a lot of people are asking, how long does the water last? Well, we have to understand that water doesn't have an expiration date. It does not. However, what makes water expire is contaminants. So when I'm storing water, I'm going to want to clean the container, and cleaning the container means I'm going to put a splash of bleach inside of it, put water inside of it, swish it around, clean the container out, then re-rinse the container multiple times before I add water. Also the thing that you have to get to is what kind of water you have. I'm going to make this into a 2-part series. So what kind of water you have? Are you on well water? Or are you on city water? And then if you're on city water, you can go to your city water site and research how they treat it. My water is highly chlorinated, so I do not actually have to treat my water inside, and my water would be good for over a year. However, I check my water every 6 months. I have this one is empty right now because this thing would weigh 42 pounds, but you have to understand what kind of water you are on. So then next we're gonna get to how to purify water. So stay tuned, make sure to like that video, share this video, and come back for the second part. Let's talk about water storage. Water storage is very important when you are a prepper, and we need a way to store water that's not just in those little gallon plastic jugs. So right here, I have a 7-gallon container. I truthfully feel like this is overpriced. It's at $20 for 7 gallons, and it is very impractical for stacking. However, you can do it. If you want to do the $20, go for it. But I'm going to show you 2 other options that are a little bit cheaper and a little bit more convenient. In my eyes, they're more convenient. I got the Igloos right here. These are 6-gallon water jugs that can be refilled and reused over time and time again. They can be stacked horizontally. You can stack them on top of each other, or if you have a little bit of space to prep with, you can store these inside the back of your closets, behind your water heaters. They are slim, they can fit on the side. We also have the Ozark, and these ones are a little bit cheaper of a value. These ones are $16.88, these ones are $17.98. These have the same ability. I just prefer this one because it has the double handle. It makes it a little bit easier to figure out a way to store it that's going to meet your needs. So when you're using it, just figure out what meets your needs and have a great day.